Welcome to episode 4. We're going to need some serious test equipment for this one. This is McLaderson, and today we're going to map the electrical terrain of this chassis. Let's diagram this real quick just so everybody can understand what's taking place. So the battery is grounded like normal to the chassis. McLaderson is drawing 15 amps power from the battery at all times. Its ground point is where the test point will be. The meter will determine in DC millivolts the difference between the negative terminal and the test point. And then if we do some math with that DC millivolts reading, we can find out the resistance of the chassis from the test point to the negative battery terminal. Here is what McLaderson is drawing, 15.12 amps. Now this is a continuous load. Once the filaments are warmed up, it'll stay stable all the time. This number will be super important later for all the math. And a quick verification that the meter is working properly, both the leads on the negative terminal, 0 millivolts. Here's where we'll plot some data. Let's go get our first test point, super close to the battery. Basically, we are testing the battery negative cable here. So this isn't truly 0 inches, but we're going to say 0 inches. This is the factory static strap location. It's about 31 inches. Here is a location I have my fuel pump and fuel pump level sender grounded. And if you had something grounded to the bumper support, this is what you would get. Now that we have some test points, let's see what it looks like on a graph. The car's chassis is not a flat 0 volt reference. It becomes a gradient under load. Current flows through the metal of the chassis. Metal has a resistance value. Resistance creates voltage drop. That drop shifts reference potential. And this is the outcome. You're probably wondering, what about that cool 3D map I saw though? And don't worry, we're getting to that. We're just not there yet. Next, we need to do a little bit of quick math. McLaderson consistently pulled 15.12 amps. Here are the resistance readings for our distances. At 145 inches, the chassis path has about 1.8 milliohms of resistance under 15 amp load. That sounds tiny. But watch what happens if someone pulls 200 amps through the same path. If you've seen episode 3, this number is going to look really familiar. Important factors when doing this type of testing. Battery voltage just needs to stay relatively the same. Throughout all this testing, our battery only sagged about 0.2 volts. So it doesn't matter if the battery's at 12.4, 12.1, it just matters that it stays consistent. McLaderson stayed right around 15.12 amps, drifting occasionally up and down. As long as the load current is stable, the battery voltage doesn't have to be perfect. That's kind of the takeaway for this. Because the moment you pull current, the chassis becomes a gradient, and we're measuring that gradient. So here's a 3D map that I made of some of the data points from the car. But this is really hard to see what's going on. Let's make this better. The Z-axis is the millivolts axis. The deepest depression in the map is approximately where the battery sits in the vehicle. Let's make this even easier to see. So this map is derived from millivolt readings. They're left and right of battery position and fore and aft. This is what your chassis looks like electrically. You could kind of describe the chassis as a cone or a funnel that goes downward towards the battery. Because in a car, nothing is actually at 0 volts except the battery terminal. Every sensor, every module, every ground point, they're all sitting somewhere on this slope. If your ECU ground is 20 millivolts above the battery, and your sensor reference assumes true 0, you've just introduced error into the system. This is why voltage drop testing matters. Because you're not testing resistance in theory. You're measuring where you are on the funnel. And it only gets worse from there. High current systems exaggerate this slope greatly. Fuel pumps turning on, cooling fans turning on, and don't forget about the starter. When the starter engages, this slope gets crazy. When more current flows, the steeper the funnel becomes. If you ground something critical far up the slope, that section of the chassis sees extra current, you can create weird intermittent problems. So this isn't just a cool visualization. It's a map of where your electrical problems can start. So when we start building the harness for this car, we can test exactly where we want to ground things. And as always, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If you have any questions, leave it in the comments below.